And another question, what do you, I mean, how did you felt mentally? Because I hear it also from a lot of Revert sisters who studied for the hijab, which I didn't hear the same phrase from born Muslim women in, let's say Europe. Um, I can only tell from the Europe experience though, right? Um, they said as soon as they put on the hijab, they lost their self-confidence because with the struggles, like with the constante Gegenwind coming into your face,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like the constant wind is and
Constant
comments coming into your face, how do I
with the
say?
constant critics that are coming in your way with wearing a hijab. Yeah. Yes, definitely. You in the beginning you have self-confidence level of a newborn baby, and this is not high. This is very low. That's why I say hijab is a journey. You know, it's like if you put on a hijab, you are basically like a baby, like a born baby, and you have now to rediscover your confidence in presenting what you are now from what you already felt inside on the outside. And this is a transition that takes time. And yeah, I mean, I can remember, for example, when I was going to a business event, yeah, we had a success mastery class, and I was about to go there for the first time with the hijab. I already wear it for 3 months, but it was like my first event where I will see my sidelines, my uplines, and my team will be there, and I'm like super excited to go with as this version there. Yeah. I woke up and I was like, yeah, will I go with the hijab? Should I not go? Should I wear a hijab? Should I not wear a hijab? The people already saw me on social media wearing it. Like too many questions on that day. And this is also a test. This is just a test. And if you make yourself conscious and aware of it, that this is just a test, then you be like maybe in the beginning like, okay, I'm not ready for this, I'm not ready to face all of these opinions and looks and stares at you. But and I was really crying before I went to this event. I was like really like crying like a baby and said, no, I'm not gonna go there, no, forget it, I don't want to go there, no, no, not with me today. But then in the end I put on my hijab, I put a nice outfit on, and I went there. And to I mean, after that, I felt amazing. Before that, I felt completely horrible. When I was at the event, I felt like, okay, no one is watching. Okay, I can sit here. And then, even in the breaks, when we had coffee break, a lot of my colleagues, like women, were coming to me and saying, "Wow, you look so good, and it fits you so good. And what happened to you? And I want to know your story. And what kind of hijab is this? Where did you buy it?" And I was so positively affected by this event because I said, "Look at this. Like 1 hour before, you were not even having the courage, aka self-confidence, to go to this event like that. Now you're here facing all of these people and you're getting like positive resonance for just showing up as you are."
That's nice. That's very
Yeah.
nice.
And that is how you build confidence. This is exactly how you build confidence. The more you face situation where you're super scared as hell of it and you do it anyway, this is what gives you confidence.
Because if you never get out of your comfort zone, you're never gonna grow. So basically,
Yeah, I don't like to say like going out of comfort zone. I prefer to say I'm expanding my comfort zone because your comfort zone is something that you decide.
yeah,
So
that's right.
I like to say I don't like to go outside my comfort zone. I like to expand my comfort zone as much as I possible that I feel comfortable in every situation, no matter where I go. And so this is the same thing, like it started with these events, and from event to event, and to the next event, it was a bigger event with 2,500 people. I was, oh no, how should I go there now with this job? Same struggle, same test, just bigger, and the same thoughts. And then you go there and you face the situation and you feel good about yourself. And then test checked. And this is the magic formula of this self-confidence story. Yes, will you have a lack of confidence while wearing it? Absolutely. Will the confidence grow as long as you wear it? Yes, it will. Will it be there where you want to take it off because someone was saying something mean to you? Yes. Will you have these whispers from Shaitan that you look not so good in it? Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Will you have these thoughts in your mind? Oh, I'm not so beautiful with it. I look better with my hair. Yeah, we know we all look better with hair. We don't need to discuss this. Halas, like we look better with hair. This is our gift. But if you put in mind, and this is what helps me the most, like who do you want to please? Do you want to please the creation or the creator? And then you can decide.
Exactly.
If you are in a situation where you say, yes, I want to please my creator, but I think that this test right now is too big for me, then you decide this. But you strive to be better, that you don't have the need anymore to please the creation.
Mm-hmm.
And what is very interesting is the hijab is forcing you, yeah, to be a better human.
That's right. That's definitely right. Yeah.
The hijab is putting you in a position where your beauty is not on the first place anymore. Your outer beauty. You're gonna be perceived with the hijab and with the opinion of that people. So you have to work on your character, on your manners, on your language, on everything else. So when someone is speaking to you, that they say, "Oh wow, this is a beautiful person."
Yeah.
Not to impress them, yeah. We're not talking about impressing people. We're just talking that the hijab is putting you in a situation where you're not going to be perceived as beautiful as the other people, but it will force you to grow inside another strength.
A more beautiful person, because if you have a beautiful character, that's the most important thing what you can have as a person. Because if you look good on the outside, or if you work like if you walk around and post on social media like half naked, you're gonna attract that kind of people. And I think a lot of people don't get it. Like, it's not about that what car you driving, what plane you are driving, or
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of house you have, or what kind of logo do you have on your shirt, or you're running around half naked. You can still have a shitty character, but if you're a good person, and if you get to that point that you really appreciate, and then you really, really see into that person, the real,
Yeah.
the true, the inside, whether it's a friend or a husband, or I don't know, a family member, doesn't matter. But as soon as you get to that point that I see the beauty, the inside of the persons,
Yeah.
that's when life is changing, I think. And that's where you can change. Like, you have another side, like it's a different side from a different perspective. So as soon as you get to that perspective, your life is gonna change for better, and you are gonna be a better person through that, because you can see the inner beauty of a person, not that's the
The
outsider
facade.
things or luxury things or some stuff. You see the character, the goodness, the small things in
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
person, and that's really beautiful. Like, for example, how this person treats you, how this person speaks about you, how this person helps you. And it doesn't matter what kind of material things or what is that person wearing. If you feel it genuinely, it makes you
Yeah.
also want to be that and like
Yeah,
give you a total different kind of perspective. So it's really beautiful if you can see inside of a person if this is a good person. And yeah, okay.
exactly. And uh, that's why I say hijab is a blessing. And I mean, a lot of people don't understand it and maybe never come to that point, which is sad. But I wish everyone to experience this feeling inside where you see you are much more than your beauty. You are much more than your facade. And it's we're all beautiful from inside and outside. But a lot of people are fixated on the outside and don't take responsibility about the inside.
Yeah, I think a lot
So
of people don't really see inside of the character because they didn't give themselves the time to explore that person's character. They just see what this person does, how this person looks. And for example, I think it's very, very bad in the Western culture because there you see like, oh, the girl is exposed, she looks like this, she's an easy catch, she can and the guy will approach that way, and then the girl like don't understand why the guy approaching but this way, like this disrespectful way. Why is he not seeing my worth? Well, what is your worth? That's also like
yeah,
that's why the inner things, the smaller things, that you have health, that you have roof, that you have food, that you have peace, that you don't have wars and missiles running over your head, or and then you have healthy children, or you have a job, or you generally can help people, animals, everyone in the world without asking anything and without having any back doubts. And what
yeah.
is the real meaning of the life? And so yeah, there are actually a lot of themes we can talk about.
But I have to be honest with something. I saw and noticed that people like, I mean, hijab should be like as a protection, yeah, or to be recognized as Muslim woman, as it is in the Quran stated. But what I found out to be true in this society, yes, you have one, the judging society, another, doesn't matter if Muslim or non-Muslim, the Muslim haram police, and the non-Muslim, okay, she's oppressed kind of woman. Okay, we have this category. But then we have people, men, um, who, if you wear a hijab, they act like they don't see the hijab and they're like talking to you like, you know, like, you know what I want to say? I will tell you a funny story.
Okay.
I was never getting stupid comments in my life. Yeah, I was never being somehow sexually, harassed. I mean, there was a situation where someone tried to pull me away from somewhere, but this is another story. But I was never like kind of sexually harassed. Okay. And a couple of months ago, I was going to this pharmacy store and I wanted to buy something, and I had like some pimples here, like it broke up, like really from today of tomorrow, three fat pimples came out. And everyone was thinking it was herpes, and I was like, no, it's not herpes because I can see it's a pimple. No, it's herpes. Okay, never mind. Go to the pharmacy store. I said, give me all your creams you have. Let's treat it as herpes and not as herpes. I want to see what it really is. Give me everything you have. I go outside of the store and and I was waiting for the traffic light to turn on to green. And a man approached me and he will be like, can you tell me how late it is? And I was like, looking at the phone, told him. And then he was like, oh, what is this in your face? And I was like, yeah, I think pimple, some say herpes, I don't know. And he then really said, but are you not getting herpes by doing
Saudi society left the ground. So we are out here at this point.
and I'm like looking at him like, are you serious? Like, are you really serious? And I was like looking at him like not knowing where I am. Like I wanted to like the earth is opening up and that I go down into the earth. It was so I don't know, embarrassed to be asked that kind of question. And then I just turned like in front, and I was like, what is happening right now? Did I hear right? Is my hijab like blocking my earwaves, or what is happening here? Did I really hear what he said right now? And then he was like, excuse me, can I ask you another question? He said, no, better not. Please don't talk to me.
What did he? You didn't know the second question. What he was willing to
No,
ask,
no, I
right?
would say like no, please don't ask me anything. Just be quiet. And I was
Was he
just
talking
looking.
in? Was he talking in German?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Was he German, Austrian, or
Yeah,
someone?
yeah, he was German, Austrian, yeah. And I was like, no, I just want to pass now the street and to forget this situation. But this never happened in my whole life. And I was like, isn't that interesting? Someone who is covered, you have the courage to approach her. Okay, you ask me for time. Okay, never mind. I will tell you the time. No, no worries. But then you have the courage to ask such an sexual harassment question in the middle of the day on a traffic light.
But I mean, to be honest, like asking for a time in these days society where everyone's literally having whether a phone or like I don't know a watch or something, it's also like kind of obvious that this person is wanting to try to talk to you, like in a some, you know what I mean.
Yeah, but I was like, I'm generally someone who is not thinking like in all details. I was just like waiting on the traffic light. Hey, excuse me, can you tell me the time? And my natural reflex is like, oh yeah, this is the time. And I turned away, and I was looking already at the street. And then he pointed, and in this little second where I just turned to him and told him the time, he saw this, and then he started the conversation. And as a personality as I am, I said, okay, I will talk to you that I was there. And then he said this, and I'm like, what? How is this? Like, like I was very shocked, and I don't think that I will ever forget this story for now.
Any funny stories?
Not in this kind of range.
Because that was good. That was kind of interesting. So if you have stories like that, just go ahead.
No, like that was the first and last time, and now when if someone is like approaching me, I'm like looking from him from up to down, and then either the person goes away, or I don't know what.
Oh, that's actually a good thing to do. And did you get more approached by a hijab? Because I also heard when I was asking around, like in the comments, like since I wear a hijab, and we are talking about now in a non-Muslim country, since it's actually you can kind of feel it in the Emirates like a Sharjah vibe too, but Sharjah maybe not so much. Some areas, right? Um, what I wanted to ask, like, a few sisters said since I'm wearing a hijab, I get more approached by men than me without a hijab.
Definitely.
Like, whether it should be, oh shit,
It should
oh,
be the opposite, but no, it's not the opposite. Definitely not the
yeah,
opposite.
yeah. That's
No,
that.
that's why I told you. Sometimes I think that people don't see this. No, it's
Mhm.
invisible. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't know. Like I also like saw a couple of other hijabis on social media who were also like talking about it, and they said like basically you're wearing a hijab of not being approached by men, and then you end up being approached by men more, and you're
Yeah,
like
that's
like
yeah, yeah.
are you blind? Do you need glasses? Should I now wear a sign, don't speak to me if you're male? I don't know.
Actually, that's a kind of good thing. So if someone is knowing the answer or someone is having an opinion, that just drop in the comments and then we will talk about it.
Yeah, why are men approaching women more when they wear hijab? Please let me know because I don't know.
But we will reveal the secret in the next podcast. So that was it for today. Don't forget to subscribe and follow and like the Flag Nikabi. And next week we are gonna come back and continue our podcast. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.